What's going on, everybody? Hair here, and yes, here we are again for the 16th season in a row, more than half my life. The Sacramento Kings are not going to the playoffs. Just, horrible stuff, especially because we made a trade to, kind of mortgage the future a little bit, trading Tyrese Halliburton, a very promising young player, 21 years old, trading him to the Pacers to get the main piece, Donte Sabonis. So they said as soon as it happened, they made that trade for the future. It wasn't for this season, it's for next season. But of course, you make a win now move, get a player that's 25, Fox is 24. You're trying to win right now. So of course, we wanted to try to make the plan to try to salvage that sadness for trading Tyrese, who was a fan favorite. It didn't happen this year, but there's a lot of pressure on us next year. So yeah, we're done this year. This year we're done. The season, we kind of knew Fox and Sabonis weren't going to play unless we miraculously made the plan. That's the case now. Happy for Quadas and Josh Jackson, getting minutes and all that. But this is now going to be a high-pressure year for next year because now your guys are in their mid-20s, which, pretty much their prime. Sabonis, Fox. Are you going to add a third piece? Are you going to draft another kid? Are you going to trade that draft piece, which I think they will? They're going to trade that draft piece, package it with either Barnes, Mitchell, or Holmes, or maybe all of them, and land a star caliber player to pair with your other big two. And I think it should be a shooting guard or power forward. Unless you're content with having Donte DiVincenzo, who I like a lot. He makes questionable decisions, but if you're happy with him being your two guard, I like him on defense a lot. And he's a high energy guy, good rebounder, very streaky too. I think get a good power forward. Now they're talking about John Collins. Miles Turner was there for a long time, but the Pacers aren't going to do that now because they got rid of Sabonis. There's a couple guys you can trade for. You can talk about the big thing at first before the whole Ben Simmons thing was Pascal Siakam, which would be tremendous. But it just remains to be seen. Or you could just draft somebody. Kings might get lucky. They might get in the top 4, top 5. Who knows? But these guys are all very young. The Paolo Bancheros, the Chet Holmgrens of the world, all them, they're very young. Smaller type dudes. I mean skinnier, not small, because they're tall guys. I'm going to wait for them to develop, because I think next year is a must-win year. There's a lot of pressure on the front office. Kings fans are very frustrated. I think we can't wait. I'm excited for next season, because I know that, okay, we have our squad. We have our big guy in Sabonis, our all-star, two-time all-star, barely 25 years old. We got Fox, who's that fringe all-star player, still best player on our team. Who are we going to pair them with? Like I said, I think they're going to package that pick with a player or two, or maybe even a secondary pick, to get another star caliber player and then go all in for this season, whether it's making the 8th seed, if it's a plan, I wouldn't count that as a victory, but for us that have been out for so long, I guess it is what it is. But you got to make the playoffs next year. So much pressure on it next year. It's not like these guys are 21, they're 25. You made an all-in trade last year. This is the trade this year. Now, who are they going to keep? Are they going to keep... there's a lot of decisions. Damian Jones, the backup center. Are they going to keep him? He's an unrestricted free agent. I love him as a backup center because he has a nice stroke, very athletic. I think he's a great backup center. I still kind of want him to play alongside Sabonis a little bit, just grow a little bit, get a little bit bulkier, see what happens. But backup center would be great. What does it take to hold him? I have no idea. Is Metu still going to be under contract? Is he going to stay? Are they going to keep him? He's another fringe young player that they have. Holiday, he's been super, not even streaky. He's been just inconsistent with the Kings this year, or this, latter part of the season. I don't think they keep him. I really don't think they keep him. Lyles, he's showed some pretty good starts when he has started and played. He showed some good minutes. I think they keep him. I kind of like them to keep him. Everybody else is kind of up in the air, though. You have no idea who they're going to keep. It just remains to be seen. Barnes, I don't know. I think they might trade him. I don't know if they're going to keep him. He plays good with Sabonis, but he's so inconsistent as well. Kind of gets torn up on defense, too. Are they going to package him? Are they going to package Mitchell? I think Mitchell, has played great as he's been starting these last few games at the end of the season. Definitely a backup point guard. People are saying he's playing so good they might even trade Fox. I think this team has been so bad in all these years and that nobody's off the table to be traded at all. But I don't think they're going to trade Fox or Sabonis. I think they're going to try to build with those two guys. And Mitchell, I think, is great too, but I don't think he's a shooting guard. He's small for a shooting guard, and he's a ball dominant player too. That was the that was the whole bad thing with Halliburton and Fox. They couldn't I think they could have coexisted eventually, but I think our front office was just impatient. But it is what it is. I like Sabonis too. I like Sabonis and Fox as a good pairing. I like Mitchell as the backup point guard, and I think they need to get a strong shooting guard, or if they believe in DiVincenzo, get a strong power forward, make the trade. And like I said, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to keep that pick, develop a young player for 3 years, and then our guys are already 28, 29. They're going to trade that pick. I guarantee they're going to trade, unless they get the number one pick in the draft, or number two. They're going to trade that pick, look for a John Collins type thing, home run Siakam, or a major home run, look for a Donovan Mitchell. That would be a game changer. There's word he's unhappy in Utah, so we shall see. Jonathan Isaac, I'd love to have him. Just a shot blocking guy that can do it with a good stroke. Fits perfect with Sabonis. I'm excited. I want to see what happens. I want to see what they do. And it's win now time. Your Sacramento Kings are on heavy pressure to win right now. It is what it is. Let's do this. This is their out.